Hello and welcome back to Gardening with Ben. Welcome to our new episode for today. I hope you're enjoying all the podcasts that we're putting out there. If you've not subscribed to our channel, make sure you click the subscribe button to stay up to date with all our podcasts, what get launched, and feel free to follow us on all our social media platforms, Facebook, YouTube and Instagram, Gardening with Ben. If you are listening on Apple Podcasts, make sure you leave a review as well, as it's always good to see who's listening and what you think of the podcast. Let's start today's episode. Hello and welcome to today's episode. Today's episode we are going to be talking about motivation. When gardening, you definitely need lots and lots of motivation. When you can first take on an allotment, you can make the mistake of clearing the full plot and then spending a few weeks away from the plot and coming back and it being covered in weeds, and it can certainly put you off for the rest of the year. Or I've seen people get an allotment and rotivate it, and that will chop up all the roots in the soil and create 1,000 more weeds, and you won't be able to keep up with how many weeds are growing on the plot. So when you're taking on an allotment, make sure that you dig it all out by hand, all the roots, everything, and once you've cleared a certain area, cover it over until you actually need to use it, as this will prevent the weeds from growing back, it'll prevent seeds from setting in the soil, and it will protect it and be ready for when you want to actually start using it. And just concentrate on a small area, a bit by bit, and as soon as you've got that area sorted, move on to the next area. It took me 16 years to get to the full top of my plot, as I didn't want to do it all in one go. I did it step by step, and like I said, it's took me 16 years to get to the top of my plot, and the top is still not sorted yet. The weather has been putting me off, it's not been looking good, so fingers crossed we can get that sorted by the end of this year and get it all looking ship shape, as I'm looking forward to building a new herb patch area. Now when you're gardening, it's great to look at other people's plots and see how they're doing. That's why I tend to do lots of videos, pictures, to give others motivation in their garden and their allotment. And if you've not joined any other Facebook groups, join allotment Facebook groups. There's plenty out there. I've just started a new allotment Facebook group called Gardening with Us. That's where you can share your pictures of your plot and how you're getting on with other people, and let other people see how well you're doing, where you can ask them for tips and advice from other people. So like I said, it's great to get motivation from other people, and they will help you in the long term. Sometimes when stuff doesn't grow, it dies, or it doesn't produce anything, you can lose that motivation. But keep going, ask for advice, ask for help, and people will give advice and share tips with you. Nobody will criticise you. If there's lots of nice groups out there, and my group's pretty nice, nobody slags each other off or demoralises people. They just help and advise one another, and that's the best thing about gardening, is helping one another to get the best out of your garden. So that has been a little topic today about motivation. I hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you for listening to today's podcast. I hope that you have enjoyed it. Make sure you do click that subscribe button to stay up to date with all our podcasts, which get launched on a daily basis at the moment. And feel free to follow us on our social medias, Facebook, Instagram and YouTube, Gardening with Ben. Obviously on YouTube you get to see all the videos as well, which we launch regularly. And if you'd like to support Gardening with Ben, check out the link below in the description for my shop, where you can purchase fantastic gardening hoodies and t-shirts. You can also buy a Gardening with Ben mug to be drinking your own brew out of while listening to this podcast. and we've launched recently a fantastic range of greeting cards which can be used for any occasion and also for letters to send to family and friends. So thanks for listening, and as always, remember, keep gardening.